G'day folks, welcome back to MC News. We have made our way down to Port Campbell, a couple of hours away from home, down the Great Ocean Road. It's middle of winter, but the skies aren't too bad today. And of course we're on this thing, the BMW M1000R. I am running out of superlatives for this one. I think this is up there with the best bikes I've ridden this year. Yes, it's a beast. Yes, it has ungodly amounts of torque and power, but it is a pussycat around town and eminently usable. Yeah, I could see this thing being easily a daily drive. It's great for commuting, it's great for doing wheelies, it's great for going fast and scaring yourself a little bit if you really want to, but if you don't want to, it's yeah, it's surprisingly usable and really competent. All in all, I think BMW have knocked it out of the park here. This is, I mean, the words that I kept popping into my head when I was riding it was, this is an engineering masterpiece, this bike. It is truly remarkable. But let's have a look at some of the bits closer up. Alright, I'm hoping that wind noise is not going to come through too much, but yeah, let's have a little peek at this thing. Got some footage earlier on. Look, it's covered in road grime. We've come through the Otway Forest, and that road from Forest down to Apollo Bay today was pretty awful. Covered in leaves and mud and rubbish. Very wet the whole way through, but yeah, let's talk about the bits that I really like. Starting from the front, that suspension, in road setting, just normal road setting, is perfect for on the road. Soaks up everyday bumps, ripples, holes, potholes, everything that our rubbish roads throw at it. Soaks it up easily. Perfect. Yes, you can adjust it once you find the setting to adjust it. In fact, let's have a look at that, because it's a bit of a fail here in terms of labeling, but standard BMW system for the menu and toggling backwards and forwards and going up and down. So bounce into the menu here. To adjust your suspension, you've got to go all the way across here to settings, down into settings, and that assist, would you believe it, is where you adjust your damping, which is pretty crazy. So obviously I went in here looking for suspension and could not find it, but it's under assist. So I do wonder if yeah, the issues I was having on the GS, not being able to actually adjust that suspension, if it was hidden away under that same thing. One more thing while we're on electronics, the traction control button here, if you just press it like a normal button, it doesn't work, and that was frustrating the bejesus out of me. You have to press and hold it. So if I just press, see how that comes up on the dash, doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything, doesn't do anything. But if I press and hold, oh, look at that, giddy up. That changes it. So yeah, that's pretty annoying, but once you find it, giddy up. That engine, of course, is hard to go past, but I do want to talk about this quick shifter. I said that the Multistrada V4 was the best quick shifter that I had ever ridden, and it was, but it's not anymore. This thing is amazing. It's not so much the feel of the lever, it's actually the shift itself. It's almost as smooth as a double clutch gearbox. It is unbelievable, like truly unbelievable. Any revs, any throttle opening, snick it in, and it just, it doesn't even feel like there's a pause in power. It's just like the revs drop and you keep going. It's like, it truly is remarkable. It's incredible. Brakes are great, as you would expect. Makes a great exhaust note too, by the way. In fact, we're in first. That's definitely a cool thing. I probably haven't been this excited about a 4-cylinder inline for a long time. The other thing, these mirrors, fine around town, out on the road at highway speeds, they start to buzz and vibrate, and your picture isn't great. You can tell there's something behind you, but you don't really know what it is. And these winglets, yeah, jury's still out on them. Not so much from a looks point of view. It looks really purposeful and sort of, you know, aggressive, but I've got a feeling that catches more wind in terms of gusts when you're out and about on the road, and it's like, it feels a bit more susceptible yeah, to crosswinds. I don't know whether that's in my head or not, but it's sort of occurred to me today. It's pretty blowy and blustery. It's steering dampener is under here. Let's see if I can get a shot of that for you. Which is an interesting one, because you're pushing it around at stand, like with, you know, around here, moving around when it's turned off, and it feels really heavy and really over damped. But once you actually jump on it and start moving, that damping starts to make sense, because it is quite a direct steering angle. And these bars are beautiful and wide, comfy. Riding position is probably somewhere in between a speed triple R and a speed triple double R. So I think it's about right. I think they've got that compromise really, really good. But yeah, once you're on the go, that steering damper works a treat. God, these things would be the first things to come off, surely. But yeah, you know, I put it out there under the socials in terms of what people wanted to know about it. And one of the more common ones was, why? Why would you want a 200 horsepower street bike? I tell you what, once you've ridden it for, you know, what do I probably put 1,000 Ks on it now? I can absolutely see why you would have this in your shed. It's a great commuter bike, great bike out when you want to scratch and have some fun out in the twisties. Yes, it's got over 200 horsepower, so and it is, that engine, as I said, is an absolute monster in terms of torque. It just accelerates and accelerates and accelerates at any speed. But if you want to ride down to the shops, grab a coffee, which is literally what I've done here today. Sure, I've had to go 250 kilometers away to get a coffee, but that's what you do, you know. But yeah, eminently usable. I could happily ride this to work and back every day for the rest of my life. And that engine is so well behaved at any throttle opening, at any rev. I think that's got something to do with the camshift technology. Like even what were we doing, 40 kilometers an hour before in 5th gear, 2000 RPM, going uphill through, you know, rubbishy roads in a roadworks area. Yeah, it wasn't a problem. Didn't even bat an eyelid. 2000 RPM in 5th gear. Not a problem. So yeah, I reckon this has got to be pretty close to top of the pops for your current big bore street bike. It's not really a naked bike, is it? Semi-naked, whatever you want to call that, but probably worth every penny. And there's a fair few pennies, but yeah, anyway, I'm going to finish my coffee and get back to it, but in the meantime, get out and enjoy it. Amazing weather down here today. As I said, this is middle of winter. Down at Port Campbell, not far from my old stomping ground. Anyway, get out and enjoy, folks. Catch you out there soon.